Let me ask you a question. So let's talk about the Dodgers. I mean, obviously they don't have the best starting pitching. Bullpen's been very strong, but putting these young guys out there, is it an advantage? Like, I know they say experience is everything, but are they just so young and dumb that they won't get it and they'll just perform? You think it's a disadvantage for these young guys?
You think you're talking about the pitching?
The Dodger pitching.
I don't think the Dodger pitching is the problem.
Really?
For me, I think it's the lineup. It's Betts and Freeman, and then after that, it's nobody.
Rafa has been saying this all season, bro.
Dude, they don't hit enough for me.
Well, they've scored a ton of.
They've scored a ton of runs against the fucking trash division that they were in.
Stop. It's not trash.
Dude, that team does not hit enough. When you have guys hovering and hanging out with Mendoza all season long, I don't give a fuck if the guy hit 35 home runs. He hit like 201. If he even got to Mendoza.
But here's
Max
the thing.
Muncy.
They always say good pitching beats good hitting, right? In the playoffs,
Dodgers always have good pitching. They always have good pitching. They always have something.
Yeah.
Yet they only have one World Series with these monster rosters that they build, and they've won once.
the hate. You see the hate.
It's the facts. It's the facts.
You just said Dodgers always have good pitching?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, pitching's been a
They're
strength.
top
In
three in the
playoffs?
National League.
Playoffs?
Well, I mean, we've struggled in the playoffs, but
that's
hitting wise, last year they struggled because of
They couldn't hit.
hitting.
They couldn't hit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
For World Series, I really looked at the bracket. I think it'll be the Rangers and Braves.
Just by looking at the bracket, that's what you thought?
take.
Yeah.
Look at the bracketologist. This is not March Madness, Eddie.
No, well, like I had to see like visually who's on the teams
yeah.
instead of like the name. Like as much as I would like the Dodgers to beat the Braves, I don't think it happens.
I don't think the pitching's there. Starting pitching is going to be there for the Dodgers. I think the hitting will come. I think he's so underrated. The catcher,
Will Smith.
Will Smith is not underrated.
You're just you're overlooking him like he's trash.
Me, but everyone else loves him.
Well, I'm telling you,
I don't think they hit enough. The playoffs is a batter and that bat by at bat. It is matchups the entire time. So when it gets into when you're facing best on best in the eighth inning, if it's not Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts, the best on best is the other team. I feel always is going to have the advantage.
I don't know. There's not those it's weird to say Bellinger. There's not those automatic outs.
Don't fucking say there's no automatic outs. They have like 5.
There's not.
Max Muncy is the closest thing to an automatic out.
Max Muncy, his numbers, by the way, maybe you can explain. It's the most awkward shit you've ever seen. Over 100 RBIs, 30 freaking home runs, and bats 203. It's
He's a home run or an out. He's Bobby Bonds.
How do you have 100 RBIs? How do you do it?
I think it's just the new way of baseball, the way that people are just attacking it. Like people on like it's a lot more analytical. Because what wins ball games, right? Runs.
Yes.
Right. No, I agree, 100%.
And if Max Muncy's in the spots where there's a runner on base and he produces where he's going to score him, why wouldn't I have him in there? Like
obviously he's hit 30 home runs.
If he strikes out a lot more, but there's nobody on base, then I would rather have that than having him hit the ball.
100%. But his average is 200.
Yeah,
that's his fucking average. Yeah.
But how many look at his home runs and his RBIs.
That's fine.
Eddie, look up his on-base percentage.
Yeah, give me an on-base percentage. It's probably under 340.
It's like basketball. We'd rather have you, even if you're 35%, we'd rather have you shoot the 3-point.
Oh, well, 35% is a great percentage from the 3. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I mean,
if
it's
you
not great.
No, it's dude, the league leader.
It's good. It's good.
It's really good. And if you go back 20 years, the 3-point percentage was like 31%. You were amazing.
But that's the analytics of baseball now. They'd rather have you swing for the fences.
These guys use analytics all the time. They have one World Series. They have one World Series.
Everyone uses analytics.
Everyone who uses it, like the Astros, they have 2.
Oh, stop. What's his on-base percentage?
33.
Told you.
33.
Told me
under
what?
340.
He's not. Obviously, he produces numbers. It's weird. Listen, I'm not.
It is weird.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
is weird.
strange.
It's weird.
How
It's
do you
weird
have
to
30
say
home
that.
runs, over 100 RBIs, and hit 205? It seems like the most awkward thing I've ever heard.
But that's just a guy who's going to hit. He hits the long ball. He hits home runs when there's guys on base. Other than that, he doesn't produce enough.
Well, you know, the shift has helped him as well because
The shift didn't help him. He's hitting 201 or 203. What shift helped him?
205.
What did he end his average at? I'm going to pull up some stats here because to me, that team, there's no fucking way.
227.
Ooh,
227 what?
bang! Look at that.
Oh, that was his average? That's what he ended at?
Way,
he ended
way
hot.
above
That
the
was
Mendoza.
his career. 2-2. This 2-2.
Damn it, Eddie! You didn't have to
We're
say
talking
that.
about a
Yeah,
fucking
212.
guy.
This
set you
year.
up,
I was about to
He
pull
set
out
you
my
up.
nuts and put them on the table right now. 227, baby.
So dude, the 50th. So he hit, bro. There's like 300 guys who hit better than him.
There's not 300 guys that have 100 RBIs. And
He
30
hit. He's
and dollars
130th in hitting
in batting
in
average.
the National League.
In batting average.
130th.
In batting average.
Yes, in batting average,
Well, those are deceiving as hell.
dude.
They just are.
He doesn't. He will not produce.
I thought he was going to be garbage this year, by the way.
You thought he was garbage. He had 30 home runs.
How can you say you have 100 RBIs and claim that to be garbage? How can you do that?
He hit 200. You guys think that batting average doesn't matter?
RBIs matter.
Yeah.
Runs matter. And he had over 100. Kobe, help me out here.
I mean, hey, runs win ball games. That's
Steaks, baby. Ribeyes.
They do win ball games. In the playoffs, though, he needs to produce. And a guy who hits 200 throughout the regular season in the playoffs, when every fucking at bat, every single one, is important. Every single at bat.
yeah.
In the regular
Yes,
season,
true.
in the 7th inning,
Yeah.
when you're winning 6-0, and there's a runner on second and third and 2 outs, who gives a shit? The game's over.
Yeah.
I can throw him something so he can hit it 400 feet.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen in the playoffs. This
Is it-
first series is a great advantage to the Dodgers. They're heavily favored to win this series, obviously. They're probably going to sweep the series. It wouldn't
Easy,
shock anyone.
Easy.
Diamondbacks aren't that bad. They started out
Yes.
hot at the beginning of the season. They started out
Very
really
good
hot.
defensively.
The
super
Rays started
athletic.
out hot, and they got swept in 2 games.
I'm just don't discount them. The Serpentines.
I totally discount them. I hope they win, but they won't.
Rafa, you know of all people, baseball's a different breed, man.
I understand the
Anything
game
can
100%.
You cannot count out anybody.
When it comes to this guy hitting 200, I don't care if he produced 30 home runs and 100 RBIs in the regular season, in the playoffs. When I'm a pitcher and I'm a manager across the field from this guy, and I know he hits 200, I have plenty of film and everything why he hit 200. So that's what I'm going to attack.
The thing with Muncy that his strength was 2 years ago that he had a great eye. Now he takes way too many pitches. He looks at way too many pitches.
Can we see how many times he struck out, if possible? Guarantee probably struck out 150 times.
That's average now, which is ridiculous in baseball. But let's look at his walks, which used to be very good, and I think he's declined.
That's your third best player on offense?
No one said that.
It's Will Smith.
100% Will Smith.
I just think they have too many holes in the lineup for them to win the World Series.
I mean,
That's what I think.
that's very possible. I didn't pick him to go to the World Series. So.
Obviously.
I picked
you
the
did.
Padres to go to the World Series.
Yes.
Explain that shit.